New tonight at 5, numbers show there are more housing units being built in Sioux City. That's based on housing permit data, calling it the 5-year high. Permits to rezone existing structures for housing and construction of new homes and apartments, that actually makes up the data. Now in 2025, the city of Sioux City issued more than 200 housing permits. The city also notes housing development booms in 2020 and again in 2022. The city's planning manager says permits for single-family units are the most popular.
And how we look at it could mean a couple different things. It could be your traditional detached single-family, that's like what you would see in Whispering Creek. But you also have a lot of what we still consider single-family is your attached units, where there's individual ownership of a lot. So your twin home, again, can go up to a fourplex.
City staff are already seeing a good trend in permit requests for 2026. Madsen says future options are in development on the city's north side and at the former Touchstone Living Center, which is being transformed into apartments. There are also future options in the new Lieber Heights development. That's off 41st Street. The two projects together will add 156 housing units to the area. Well, speaking of homes,